Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Samuel Mungai. This is a channel that offers you advice, especially targeting students, young adults, those in university and those at diploma level. All of you, this content is for you. It is inspired by the many queries and questions that I get over time from my students and the students in the institutions that I frequent. In today's episode, we want to talk about the essential skills that a student requires to succeed in the industry today. I'm focusing more on communication-related skills and in the communication or media industry. So this response is targeted to students who are in communication, in a communication institution. Now, remember in this day and age, the biggest demand is for new, relevant, effective content. So we're in the business of content production. And the media industry has changed from its conventional or traditional setup. Over time, generational change, the demands in the market have impacted the industry in a different way. So the content that's required today is much different than what was required a while back. So these are some of the 6 key areas that you can look at and develop at a personal level. Remember, as a student, you have your own unique goals, you have your gifts, you have your talent, you have your passion. So align these with those personal attributes and you will get good success and you will find placement in the various industries or sectors that we're going to talk about. So the first one is improve your skills in creating and developing short films. Now, films communicate very well to a wide, broad audience. But remember, for every content that you produce, there is a specific target audience that you have in mind. So short films could be targeting the youth. But even when we say youth, you need to identify a demographic. Which segment of that youth are you targeting? If you're talking about GE, general audience, who are these? Where do they reside? Are they in the urban areas? Are they in the rural areas? Are they in the peri-urban? And that kind of a thing. So those are other details that you'd have to look into. But the most important thing is to be able to develop content in form of films, which are low budget. That is not very difficult today because through technology, we have DSLR cameras. We even have advanced smartphones that can shoot in 4K quality. So all you need is a professional mic and a few accessories and you'll be able to shoot these kind of films. So think on those terms. Number 2, think of the music industry, but go a bit deeper and look at how music influences culture. If you look in this country, and I don't want to mention actual music groups because I don't have their permission, but you'll realize that music does influence the society or the community, both positively and negatively. So if you look at this in a deeper way, you would make yourself relevant because music is everywhere. In the media, on radio, on TV, on the internet. And if you can identify ways in which this music influences us, and music influences us across the generations, this would make you relevant in the industry and also create opportunities for you. Number 3, look at ways of improving or advancing your digital journalism skills. We must admit that due to technology, any content or news that you read in the newspaper the public has already accessed it. We have interacted with it. But if you look at those same media companies, they have websites and social media platforms. And there, if you visit their sites, you will notice that every half an hour, 15 minutes, there's somebody updating those stories or events. That's what we're talking about, digital journalism skills, where you can acquire information or news or a new development, and you can interpret it quickly and give the public an update of what is happening, so that in every 15 minutes or every half an hour segment, you can have updates on a story that has been occurring, and you can give updates in a reasonable and effective way that keeps the public informed. Number 4, you need to develop your research skills. Now, research is very important. If you want to develop a career in media and communication, and even across other industries, because to be effective in radio, be effective in film or TV or in the online space, you need to be able to do your research. But you need to be able to analyze information. You need to be able to get and gather opinions of various people across the community. There are opinion leaders, you have the youth, you have the business community, across the board, getting feedback from all those various segments in the community and bringing it together and collating it so that any information that you disseminate is balanced, and thereby having a reach to more people in the community and the society, thereby becoming more relevant. So research skills are very important, and ensuring that every information that you have is counter-checked, is balanced, is objective, and it is factual. Number 5, you need to develop effective storytelling skills. That means you need to be creative, and you need to be relevant. You need to know your audience, and you need to create short, inspiring stories that can fit the film industry, the radio industry, the TV sector. They can go into the online space. The media industry or the audience is listening every day, watching, listening. They want to learn. And if you look at the various platforms, say like TikTok, for example, those are just short stories that people share. They could be in an entertainment platform. But remember, you don't have to use TikTok for entertainment purposes only. You can educate, like companies do. And companies use it very well. And these days, the corporate organizations are using TikTok very well to just share short stories on their products and services to the various audiences in the market, thereby reaching millions of their target audience. So storytelling is a skill that you will need, that will be beneficial for making yourself relevant in this fast evolving market. Number 6 is soft skills. Now, soft skills are skills that are not taught conventionally in the syllabus in the learning institutions. However, they are critical. Now, soft skills are skills like problem-solving skills. You need to be able to think on your feet. If there is a challenge, what do you need to do? If you get stuck, if this is not working, if I went to get an interview for this particular officer, and this officer is away today, and we are out in the office, is there an assistant? Is there somebody? So you need to be able to think on your feet. You need to be able to have emotional intelligence, because if you're in a media setting or communication industry, or even serving the public, you need to be able to fit in for the sake of performing your duties. So you need to be able to assess and understand people and how to approach people. If you're dealing with the publics, how do you approach them? Especially if they are hostile, if it's an emotive topic that you're talking about, or a situation that has happened that is unpleasant, how do you approach them? What language do you use? How do you restore peace? How do you get the facts from exaggerated content and that kind of a thing? So you need this emotional intelligence to penetrate such environments. You need to be able to identify and grow in your individual style. Now, everybody has their own unique style of working, be it a newscaster, a producer, a director, a researcher, a journalist, a camera person. All these professionals have a unique way of working. And that's what brings you, makes you stand out. Remember, in the world today, we want to stand out. We don't want to fit in. And if you have these traits, you will find that there are opportunities out there for you to exploit. Communication skills. This one goes without saying. You need to be able to speak well, write well, form your thoughts, bring them together, and present them well in a logical way that flows, and thereby communicating your point to your audience in an effective way, both in English and Kiswahili, and if you can, in vernacular, thereby giving you more opportunities to work in a broader spectrum of work environments. The other skill is listening skills. Those are very important when you can listen well and interpret what is being said and what was not said. That's very important for people in communication. For example, if you are interviewing somebody on radio, you can tell whether, if you have good listening skills, you can tell immediately whether someone is giving all the information you require or whether they are evading the question, and that kind of a thing. And then you know how to counter that because you have your goals and objectives for that particular show or production. So these are some of the skills that in our opinion will help you develop your personal skills over and above the academic skills that you are acquiring in the learning institution, to help you become more competitive and to give yourselves more opportunities, because it's a very competitive field. But if you have these skills based on your own personal style, these will give you a better opportunity out there. Thank you for watching. Your comments are welcome, and we encourage you to subscribe and keep it here for more content of this nature. See you soon.